Look, all in all, I'm probably some massive dope for buying this game a second time. But, game tutorials. You gotta wonder what the PC version does for the game. By the way, I turned off ambient occlusion because ambient occlusion is fucking ugly, and I turned off motion blur because motion blur is fucking ugly. I put this on my SSD, and we're gonna see how fast this actually runs. I'm playing this as pretty much a test for, like, what's the difference. Oh no! I know ambient occlusion is not the worst thing in the world, but in all honesty, every inclusion I've seen in a game, it's just not what you want it to be. So my biggest problem with House of the Dead on the Switch as the remake version was that it would actually always center the camera on an enemy, which feels like a very controller, like thumbstick adjustment. You don't need that in a PC shooting game or even a light gun shooting game. You would kind of have to trust that your player can land shots.
Rogan, it's you.
Sophie!
So it definitely still does it. You can see as I kill the one on the right, it snaps to the next target. Another problem I had, which I want to test later, is actually enemy AI.
Thank you. Reload.
Gotta double and triple tap some of these. Every occasional time I'm hearing the audio cut. So, oh, I should test that again. I kind of mashed. I wanted to see if the monkeys died in one hit. The monkeys decide which route you take, so it would be a nice balance change if they died in a single hit, as they did in the original.
Thank you.
Reload.
I still find the knockdown a little dissatisfying.
Reload.
But a knockdown's a knockdown's a knockdown. Can't complain what you get. Well, you can, but you know, there's no point.
Reload. Reload.
There's the camera snapping occurring. But the camera snapping meant that most of the time that you're playing on the Switch version, you would just keep your controller kind of centered like this, and the game would eventually do the work for you. Obviously, if you could make the shot, you can make the shot, but like, it would confuse both people who are used to the camera not moving, who would say like that's how it should be. And it wouldn't work the best for people who are actually on controllers because it would not snap as fast. For me, it just meant I shot a bunch of people who I wasn't supposed to. Thank God this game still doesn't have an accuracy rating. Whoa, that's the first slowdown. I have a decently strong computer. Decently. It ain't no, 3080. But, this is still an i7 with 60. Normal.
I was so scared.
Ow. I'm shooting his armor. And his armor does not lag the game anymore. An actual thing that happened on the Switch version. Him breaking his armor didn't lower the game's frame rate.
Reload!
I gotta use all 6 shots to make sure he doesn't smack me.
Sophie!
You must stop, period. Or else something terrible.
Sophie!
Sophie!
I'm gonna pay attention. Does it actually give me 10 health? We're gonna be going down my favorite path again. Same as the first video.
Reload!
Die. I will say that playing this game again has gotten me back in my back on my thing for light gun shooters. I've been looking into how the scene's doing, like where we're at in terms of tech. I am now investing in a Sinden, which is going to be an issue because I was already now investing in a Logitech racing wheel. Nothing too overly strong, but you know, something that gets the job done. I want a 900 degree. And it's making me realize, like, I'm sitting here, I'm going crazy over racing games again. I'm sitting here going crazy over F for flashlight. Going crazy over arcade shooters again. And I'm realizing,
Thank you.
guys, I think I was like always very specifically a game for arcade games and like nothing else.
Reload!
Go down. We're gonna have the real test coming up soon. After this run, I'm gonna PC version horde mode. The nice thing is that because we're off of the Switch, you know,
Thank you.
I'm a way faster clicker than I am on the Nintendo Switch. Ooh, actually countered. Nintendo Switch trigger, maybe not that great for press and release. Yeah. Still up 3, so I'm not too disgruntled about it. A loading screen. Hidden loading screen.
Reload!
Again, this is ambient occlusion turned off, motion blur turned off. I play a lot of Final Fantasy 14. That game does not have
Reload!
Well, the ambient occlusion is a add-on that you install very harmlessly onto your game, but does not look good.
Thank you.
And it kind of borks the look of a lot of cutscenes. Because it's like an overlay, so like if there's a lighting effect, like a flashlight effect on the screen, the ambient occlusion is over the light. I'm gonna see if I can actually hit this guy before he smacks me. Yeah, I was always having trouble with this on the Switch version where I'm just like, this guy hits too quick. Obviously, he still hits too quick. But also, like I said, I'm a fast clicker. Cookie clicker extraordinaire. I might go down. Back in the arcade, I remember always taking the lower path because I was like, oh, the lower path is simpler. Those enemies, when they jump at you, too tough to hit for me, so I would go down. Now I'm an adult with adult fingers and reflexes, hands. I'm like, why would you not take the upper path? They always attack in the exact same way. That body was not getting out of the way of my crate. Rip the bonus.
Thank you.
Hey, that was a really smooth transition. Is that changed? That feels changed. I almost shot that guy because of the camera. And it feels really good. Like, as long as you have a good sensitivity setting. So if you have a good sensitivity setting, it feels exactly as it should. Hey, I know everyone's ragging on this port for not being as good. Check out how when the bats come into the foreground, they light red. Something I actually consider an improvement in design. I also turned off auto aim. Don't need a reward gun. Now, I'm not crazy. You can't hit this guy. This is just a played animation, right? Yeah.
We won't let you have it your way, Tyrion.
I should mention that this is a targeted 1080p 60 on my computer. I do not plan on going any higher, and I do not feel like going any lower. However, OBS is probably drawing resources. Anytime that loading screen hits, I actually have to fucking lower it. We're gonna adjust the audio real quick, because believe it or not, I like the track from this one. I know it contentious, very hot take, but as much as I love the original soundtrack, I also love this song specifically. Is love the wrong word? Love's the wrong word. I think this song could hang out with the other songs from the House of the Dead lexicon. Yeah, these guys die instantly if you shoot the red core. Interesting.
Reload.
Grenade launcher, my sweet. I'll be with you soon.
This must be the security card.
Dang. I was wondering if this would finally be the one where I got a 1 CC. Still cannot shoot that.
Reload. Reload.
That is a design difference.
Reload.
Camera light needs to be on, or flashlight needs to be back on. Ma'am, do not squeeze your head through the grating. I'm lifting the grate. You need to get your head out of there. That'll be a work-related incident. There's already enough going on in this laboratory that will need to be reported.
Reload.
I tell you what, just having my flashlight on and watching the light bounce off of everything is a good feeling. At a very smooth 60 without crunched graphics. Oof. That's rough, buddy.
Reload. Reload.
Yeah, I always had trouble hitting this guy. In general, that's not a remake thing.
Reload.
Enemies don't crumble into weird, like, mold. What's up, bro? Yeah, same. You're not my bro. Oh, this area looks so clear. I can tell what I'm looking at.
Thank you.
Very odd looking at this light source back here as it fluctuates as we rotate the camera. It's a weird graining effect. I wonder what the solution there is. Not like a solution like how do you fix it, but I'm like, how did they design that? I never look at like things people do in their games as like that was just a mistake. Obviously they're finding a solution for a problem that they had. And I would sit there and very lovingly... Hello? Okay. I would sit there and very lovingly listen to developers talk about how they resolved issues they had in coding a game all day, because I find that stuff interesting. There's a fantastic video series that got started about how House of the Dead actually codes its difficulty. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was weird. Y'all saw that, right? I'm not imagining that that just happened. A brick wall in front of me and then it vanished. My man got headless and still smacked me.
Use this.
Thank you.
Unlocked.
Do I still think this is the perfect version of the game? Well, it's the best version of the game by far. I actually, believe it or not, I do not consider the Switch version to be the worst. I think I would consider it to be the Xbox version just because you can only play that with a thumbstick. AKA, I don't find a reason to play it. I say as I'm playing this with a mouse and nothing else at the moment. Like a judgmental man. But you see, with the mouse, I get to clickma. That's a counter if I ever saw one. God, shooting those things out of the sky actually rings my ears.
Reload.
But yeah, there's a lot about just game design that I find really interesting. I definitely recommend the video that I'm talking about how House of the Dead designs difficulty. It changes for multiplayer. If you lose a life, it adjusts. Even more than that, I've actually sat here and just watched enemies as they, you know, take shots at you.
I must compliment you. I didn't think you could make it this far. However, this is it. Let's see how good you really are.
Oh, never mind. Can we go back to this thing being like polygons? That's kind of creepy. Not the biggest fan of spiders. Not a fan of you, buddy. Nope, don't like that. Can we relight this tunnel? The video I'm talking about, by the way, so before I get sidetracked and forget about it, is by Egregious guy. He's one of the more prominent House of the Dead players I can think of. Slash top player. Is that fair? Top player? You know, me deciding that he's a top player? No, I'm gonna say he's a top player. Pretty dedicated to the games. High scores and all. Like, I imagine that a lot of people, when they say top player, they imagine like two people, the three best players. But I think top player, I think like anyone who dedicated themselves to the game and learned a lot about it to the point where they could eventually hit first place, or second place, or third. And that's just the mentality I pick up from being a fighting game player. But even, I don't think every fighting game player thinks like that. Yeah, this is the fight I think suffers the most from just having a mouse, because new version of this fight, the camera is exactly static and in place, does not move. Which is the odd inverse of what they've done for a lot of the game, where the camera will absolutely follow enemies. This boss is centered on the tunnel, and it makes a lot of this fight look reto.
I'll get you, Kyrian.
God, that chapter made me use 2 continues. That's rough. Sophie? Hit exactly here, and my OBS yells at me like, hey, encoding, so something's maxing out your CPU. Oh, I can tell you what it is. Good Lord, you know, the inverse of that last one. I really like the song from 3D. You know, I will be nice about this song. I think someone would like it, but that does not mean. And I don't have to be a fan of everything. No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with... Oh gosh, he's gonna actually hit me. There's nothing absolutely wrong with going through life being like, I would have done things differently. Hold on, I gotta hit this guy till he stops. And I definitely feel that way about quite a bit of this game. Woof. That is the first real slowdown I've seen. Ironically, they took this fight to another area, and that thing I've praised it for, where the bats turn red when they enter the foreground, is missing because of the lighting of the area.
Reload! 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 Reload!
I'm also using the spacebar for that one because my trigger finger's getting a little tired doing this. I think I saved everyone. Do I get the bonus? Yeah, I do. Hey, look. Armory unlocked. It's that easy, ladies and gentlemen. On my literal first run of the game. And then I immediately lost life. I'm glad. He slow fell and then slided out of the way. Slided is not a word. Excuse me, streamer.
Reload!
Oh goodness, these enemies absolutely just thrashed me. That's what I get for talking shit. Again, why you shouldn't talk shit going through your life. The final loading screen.
I must admit, I really respect your consistency, but you will never, ever defeat me. Say hello to my masterpiece. Who are you? Nobody gives me instructions. I shall destroy everything.
What was that? Can you speak up?
What happened? Why don't you follow my instructions?
Why will you follow my instructions? You know, maybe another pass of the volume sliders might fix that. So pretty without compression. And that looks really pretty without that effect they put on it on the Switch. It has another weird effect on the Switch where it would get too close and they wouldn't want to zoom in on it anymore, so they would just go sideways, question mark. If you've seen it, you've seen it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Ooh, orange on orange. I was able to hit that because I kind of guessed, but that's... You might need an outline there. Or maybe whatever this is doing. You see these? How this is working? You should probably apply that to the ones on the ground too. Haha. Because this spot is no good for the camera.
Reload! Reload!
So, I had a theory where, like, basically at some point you just point your cursor, like, exactly here, and because of the way the camera centers itself, you would never lose. But he's doing a bit more micro movement when he's floating around now. The camera obviously still centers, So it's kind of true. You just kind of make micro adjustments.
Reload! Reload!
You know, just kind of center yourself, but and then place it down and to the right.
Reload!
By a smidge. Because he doesn't rush the camera before, like, the camera will center itself and then he'll rush the camera, which is... Ooh, interesting. He actually got me that time.
Reload! Reload! Reload!
One more should do it.
Everything is over. I have nothing more to lose. However, I must go on. Goodbye. Farewell.
Third ending. Wait, seriously? Oh no! The score! It's true! I got the bad ending! That's Kekken. Nope. Nope. Back that up. Back that up. How do I accept? Oh, tab. Got it. Imagine being a chump and getting the third ending. Come on, guys. I'm a little sad this is a MP4 still. This could very easily run in game. Like 50 achievements popped in the time that I did this. So I'm gonna enjoy my celebratory achievement popping. You will, thank you for watching. I know we've done literally everything House of the Dead Remake already, as is. But there's always more to do, as it turns out. Like buying the game a second time. Look, I've spent more money on worse games, so... It's hard to be mad, actually. Not like... For realsies? This is not the worst 40 bucks I've spent
Please,
in total.
help. Everyone is getting
Killed. Okay. Thank you.